Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today, taking an early and exclusive look at the upcoming JJJJOUND collaboration with Reebok on the Club C 85. Without further ado, let's check it out. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, JJJJOUND was originally created as a online digital mood board back in around 2006, and over the years has kind of grown itself into its own brand of minimalistic products. The whole ideology of this is to create products that matter, less is more, all of that kind of stuff within all the different products and collaborations that JJJJOUND has done. JJJJOUND himself is a guy called Justin Saunders. He's responsible for the design and collaboration of this particular pair with Reebok, of course. The original Club C dropped in 2019. It was a white and grey variation of this particular pair, and this colorway right here was first teased back in around April, I think, this year on his Instagram, where you could see the sample version of this tan variation of the shoe. Now, how these actually came about, I don't really know 100% for sure. There was just a reseller who managed to get his hands on some of these things early. I don't know if there was an early release or something like that here locally, but either way, he hit me up and asked me if I wanted to review them, so that's why we have them here. And subsequently, after seeing them, I just knew I had to have them, so now they're mine. But getting into the shoe itself and starting with the outsole, as always, you've got this sort of tan color. It's kind of like a gum color, but it's not really that actual gum, if you know what I mean, with any translucency on it. So just kind of a flat brown color, which really highlights the midsole over here, which is the standard Club C 85 midsole. Of course, that's just done in a white with the Reebok logo, and then you've got this sort of basketball texture, you know, those little dots that you get on the ball just for traction all the way around the midsole. And then of course the stitching in that is kept tonal in white as well. The whole idea behind JJJJOUND, as mentioned earlier, is to keep things as minimal as possible, and that's definitely happened again with this Club C 85. It really is just the bare minimums. It is so clean. Just moving into the upper of the shoe, the majority of the panels are done in this pretty crisp white leather over here. It's very nice and soft to touch as well. This is really going to wear in nicely over time. Then you've got beautiful highlighting and accent details done in this bone textile overlay here, which basically wraps under that heel overlay onto the medial side as well. And that bone coloring continues just under that quarter panel into the JJJJOUND logo window over there. Classically, that would have the Reebok logo, as many of you guys would know, but that's kind of the standout feature of the JJJJOUND collaborations. And that's just done in like, it's kind of like a dark browny red. I can never get colors right, at least as far as the logo goes. And then last but not least, that bone coloring is carried through into the tongue section. Now this is kind of like a nylon material, but it is very nice. It's very padded and foam-like to touch. From a lacing perspective, just one set of flat white laces provided with the shoe. They don't have any particular branded aglets on them or anything like that. They're just completely standard flat white laces. And the top of the tongue is kept absolutely minimal with no branding on either of the shoes themselves. And then just flipping into the sort of the main part of the shoe, I guess, has to be the interior, which is lined with this terry cloth, which is done in a sort of light browny color. It's incredibly soft and comfortable on foot. It was probably the reason I actually just wanted to buy these immediately, because I slipped one on foot and I was just like, that is insanely comfortable. Obviously the rest of the shoe, it's quite an old shoe. It's not like, you know, modern day comfort or anything that you would get from some of the other like Boost shoes from Adidas or whatever, but this isn't that. This is like that completely classic everyday wearing shoe, which is, in my opinion, an absolute winner. That terry cloth over here is also done on the insole of the shoe. You just have a Reebok Classics logo, which has been printed over that, and then it's also present on the reverse of the tongue. So the entire sort of interior, at least the places that are going to be in contact with your foot, have got this terry cloth, and it's just so good. Now, as far as sizing goes on this particular pair, I do have a true size UK 9 here. He also gave me a UK 8 just so I could be sure on size. The UK 8, which is a full size down from my true to size, is definitely a shoe that fits. However, it is quite narrow on your foot, but as far as length goes into the toe box, it's absolutely perfect. Now with the UK 9, which is my true to size, it fits me absolutely perfectly as well. There is, however, just a little bit of space in the toe box of the shoe, but the width is absolutely perfect. So this is the one that I have ended up going with for myself. I think if I could get a half size down, I probably would have gone with that, just to minimize some of the space in the toe box of the shoe. However, I don't believe that we are getting half sizes, at least here locally in South Africa. But if you're watching from elsewhere and maybe you get half sizes over there, I would maybe try check that out, or perhaps just take your standard Reebok Club C 85 size and take it from there. If you do have opportunity, obviously, to try them on, which you probably won't with the Jounds, but you might with something else, then definitely do that. It's going to be your safest bet. Now, as far as a release date for this particular pair goes, there's absolutely nothing online. As mentioned earlier in this, I do think that these might have accidentally released a little bit too early, and that's the reason they are out here. But there would probably still be a wider release of these, and by wider I don't mean like a general release or something. There might just be something online if stock allocations were different or whatever, but that is completely unknown still. So it might be next Saturday, it might be the Saturday after, it might be in a month's time. To be honest, I don't really know. So what I would suggest you do is follow sneakerstories.tv on Instagram here. As soon as we get information of when the actual confirmed release date for this particular pair is, I'll be posting it up there and updating the post on Instagram of this particular review. But that is it for this quick review of the JJJJOUND Club C 85s. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. A very awesome, clean and minimal shoe. It looks really good on foot and definitely something you can just wear every day. So this is an absolute win to have in my collection. It is my first JJJJOUND Reebok collaboration, so a really exciting one at that. But that is all from me for today, guys. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe right here for more content and early unboxings down the line. But that's all for now, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.